I'm Tracy Baxter with today's Record Newswatch. A Bloomingburg man has been charged with second-degree murder after state police say he admitted to killing his mother last Friday. The investigation began when state police came to the residence of Margaret Regalia after the 54-year-old Bloomingburg woman had failed to show up for work. Her body was found in the home, and her car, along with some personal property, was missing. Her son, 29-year-old Andrew Moore of Bloomingburg, and the car were located 2 days later in the Middletown area. Police say after being questioned regarding his mother's death, Moore admitted to killing her. Police did not release any information on the cause of death or possible motive. Andrew Moore was sent to Sullivan County Jail without bail. A man who admitted to threatening a city of Newburgh police sergeant with 2 machetes during a riot in the city has been sentenced to 2.5 years in state prison. 21-year-old Calvin Lebhart had pleaded guilty to the August 2012 incident where bricks, rocks, and bottles were thrown at city police and fire department personnel who had arrived to extinguish a bonfire. Calvin Lebhart was also ordered to pay more than $2,500 in restitution for damage done to a fire department vehicle during the disturbance that arose in the wake of the police shooting of Calvin's brother, Michael. Police in the town of Fallsburg say speed may have been a factor in an early morning one-car crash that killed 2 South Fallsburg men. The car veered off Laurel Avenue and struck a tree and fire hydrant in South Fallsburg. The dead were identified as 20-year-old Francisco Ortiz Jr. and 34-year-old Cristobal Chirino. Meantime, an investigation will attempt to determine if any medical issues may have been a factor in a fatal one-car crash yesterday in the town of Wallkill. Town police say a car driven by 85-year-old Angelo Rizzo was heading south on Route 302 near Muller Lane when the vehicle veered across the northbound lane and off the roadway before slamming into a tree. Rizzo was pronounced dead after being rushed to Orange Regional Medical Center. A $2,500 reward is now being offered for information that will lead to the arrest and conviction of the driver responsible for the fatal hit-and-run incident on Walsh Road in the town of New Windsor back on January 9th. Eric Getter of Newburgh was walking to his job when he was struck by a vehicle. His body was later recovered in nearby Quissaic Creek. Police say his injuries were consistent with having been struck by a vehicle. New York State Crime Stoppers, in cooperation with New Windsor Police, is offering the reward. Anyone with information is asked to call the Crime Stopper hotline at 1-866-313-TIPS or go to the Crime Stoppers website, nyscrimestoppers.org. It's become a part of the routine for those whose travels put them on or near a stretch of Washington Avenue in Kingston. Since the spring of 2011, they've had to detour around a giant 75-foot long, 30-foot wide, and 10-foot deep sinkhole. And what began as a projected $50,000 repair of a tunnel shaft beneath the hole has turned into a $3.7 million money pit. And the repair costs will be going even higher, with word from a consulting firm that it would cost another $2.4 million to structurally support the portion of the aging stormwater and sewer tunnel that caused the sinkhole. Many who live nearby are less concerned about the inconvenience and more worried about the rising price tag.
The city has to come up with all this money. That to me is mind-boggling. To all of a sudden be unexpected, usually you got expenses, but this is just like, oh my God, shocking with the amount of money.
It's an inconvenience, but I guess it's something we have to deal with. So.
Is it frustrating?
Sometimes it is, yeah.
Yeah.
But especially when you're running late, and you got to get over here and get your son from school, and so
yeah,
we do the best we can.
Residents hope the sinkhole finally gets repaired this year. Mayor Shane Gallo, City Engineer Ralph Swenson, and representatives of 2 engineering firms will meet January 29th to try to arrive at a final solution to fix it. A recommendation and an additional financial request are expected to come next month. Sullivan County Legislator Alan Sorensen wants his fellow lawmakers to restore about $150,000 in funding to the county sheriff's department to bolster the county's understaffed road patrol division. County Sheriff Michael Schiff requested the restoration of 5 positions in this year's budget, but got only 2 positions restored from a department that's down 10 road patrol officers for several years now. Sorensen says the rise in drug crimes and burglaries points up the need to restore road patrol funding. And Hudson Valley Congressman Sean Patrick Maloney says an appropriations bill that has passed in the House includes provisions to construct a new training center for the Army Reserve in Bullville and invest $42 million in the construction of a new cadet barracks at West Point. Maloney says the bill, which is expected to pass in the Senate, repeals the worst effects of the sequester. The new Army Reserve Center in Bullville will be named for Staff Sergeant Frederick Ill, an Army reservist and New York City firefighter killed at the World Trade Center on 9/11. The week will end with a possibility of a little more rain or a few snow showers. It'll be mostly cloudy Friday with rain expected by late in the day. The highs will be around 45 degrees. Saturday may begin with a couple of snow showers, but we'll see some sunshine by afternoon, and it won't be quite as mild with temperatures Saturday topping out in the middle 30s. Well, stay connected to what's happening by starting your day with the Times Herald Record, and stay connected to breaking news all day long right here at Record Online. For Record Newswatch, I'm Tracy Baxter.